KSJE Farmington.
A new topic, local favorites, will be featured every other Wednesday on Roving with the Arts with me, your host, Mick Hess. I'll be talking with local classical, jazz, and folk musicians about their favorite styles of music and hear musical excerpts that are some of their favorites. You'll even find out what kind of music they would want to hear if they were stranded on a Pacific island. Join me for some interesting and entertaining musical insights of some of your favorite local musicians.
.852 KSJE. It's Tuesday morning and time for our Adopt a Pet Tuesday segment. Amber Francisco from the Farmington Regional Animal Shelter is joining me live this morning on the telephone. Amber, good morning.
Good morning, Scott.
Thank you for being with us. And once again, lots of animals available for adoption this week. We've got a few to share with everybody. And so let's get started and tell me a little bit about Little Bit.
Yes, I cannot understand why she hasn't been adopted yet. She is the cutest little 3-month-old playful puppy you're ever going to meet, and she's solid white. She's just wanting her forever home, and we just can't understand why she just keeps getting overlooked. She's just so darn sweet.
No kidding. And we can see her on the screen right now, and she looks like she is surrounded by her favorite toys and blankets, and she's ready to go, right?
She's ready to go. She's got her bags packed and her toys are ready, and she just needs somebody to come in and meet her, fall in love, and take her home.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can find someone to do just that for a little bit this week from the Farmington Regional Animal Shelter. And then how about Spot the dog? Tell me about Spot.
Is a 1-year-old mixed breed, unique markings. He's got it's almost like somebody painted his ears brown.
Right.
He's got freckles on his face. He's a little shy at first, but once he warms up to you, you're going to have a best friend for life. He does good with other dogs. You got to come in and meet him because I guarantee you're going to want to take him home.
Definitely. Well, there's Spot.
And he's ready to go.
He is ready to go as well, so that's great. And last but certainly not least is Duke.
Yes, Duke is one of our older cats. He is just an older 5-year-old short-haired tabby mix. He is actually in with one of our social rooms with another cat, so he does well with other cats. Just wanting to come home and live his life with his forever family. Okay,
very good. That's Duke, and Duke is ready to go as well. And so when all these animals, Amber, are available, but folks still need to just call and make an appointment to come down and see them. That's how you're working things these days, right?
Yes, absolutely. They can call our main number, which is 505-599-1098, to set up an appointment to come and see Little Bit, Spot, or Duke, or any of the other animals that we have up for adoption. And then come down and hopefully find the one you want to take home and process your adoption and go home with your new family member.
There you go. Very true.
And they're all spayed and neutered and microchipped before they go home.
That's a good point. So perfect. Very good. And speaking of microchips, I wanted to ask you a bit about a great story that you all shared on social media this week about a microchipped dog. This dog was reported, I think, missing, three years ago? Is that correct?
3 years ago, yes. Kai was reported missing 3 years ago, and the owner had, in Colorado.
Yeah.
About 4 hours away, they'd pretty much given up on finding her. And actually, when we scanned her and called the microchip company, she had been reported deceased because the family had feared that's what had happened to her. But when she got brought in as a stray here, we scanned all of our animals to come in for a microchip, and lo and behold, we found her chip, contacted, and finally got in touch with her original owners, who have since moved to Houston, Texas, and they had somebody come and pick her up, and She is now at home with her other family member who, they've had since they've had her, and it was a great reunion. So microchips work.
No kidding. How amazing is that story? That's why I wanted to have you share it with us this week. And just amazing. I can't imagine, a family thinking that their beloved family pet had been lost and then deceased for 3 years, and to suddenly get a call out of the blue that says, guess what? We found your dog, and she's alive, and we're going to get her home to you.
Yes, that was an interesting phone call that one of our staff members had to make, but we were happy. We're happy to get her back home. One of the local groomers, Pretty Pooch and Kitty too. They even got her all groomed and prettied up, so so she looked great for her homecoming. But it's just an amazing story.
Right.
So it's the importance of microchips and keeping all your information up to date on the microchips. That's a very important part of that. So if your animal does go missing, our shelter and shelters across the country are able to reunite because of that.
Exactly. And that's just standard procedure, right? When you get a dog or cat that comes in, right? You try to scan them and see if there's a chip, and then see what the story is.
We actually scan them 2 or 3 times before, at different processes when they come in, before they ever get to the adoption floor, that in case it gets missed by one person, we catch it at another time.
Right.
That's one of the reasons that, our shelter, like I said, spays and neuters and microchips every animal who's adopted. So it's just a great way to, get your animal back if it goes missing, even after 3 years.
I know, amazing. Well, it's terrific. And Kai is an older dog, right? It's amazing that she had done so well. I guess on her own, we don't really know where she'd been for the last 3 years.
Brought her in, had found her, and so they brought her in. Didn't know that she had been microchipped. It is an amazing story. She's 12, 13 years old. Been wandering around, who knows, she was pretty matted, but she, looked well fed, so somebody had been taking care of her, at least feeding her. So, but
right.
It's an amazing story, and she's home now, and she's with her other dog friends that they'd had, her, I don't know if it was her sister, the other dog, but they're, happy to be, and the owner said that she's pretty sure that they remembered each other because they both slept on the dog bed together. So.
Aww, great story. Well, Amber, that's a great
story. Yep.
Very much. Well, thank you again. Just a reminder of the work that you all do at the Farmington Regional Animal Shelter. And so thank you for sharing that with us this morning. And again, a reminder of the other pets that are available this week, Duke and Spot and a little bit. So I hope folks will maybe take advantage of the opportunities to go down to the shelter and make an appointment and go meet those folks and those animals in person. And you too.
Absolutely. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Amber, very much. That's Amber Francisco from the Farmington Regional Animal Shelter, my guest here on KSJE. And thank you for joining me, everybody. Make it a great Tuesday. Enjoy the sunshine. I will see you back here tomorrow morning a little after 8 o'clock on KSJE, Farmington, New Mexico, the information and cultural beacon of the Four Corners.
Hello, everyone. My name is